Hey everyone, welcome back with Bino Mac. We're once again this week on Wrestling Wednesday. We are going to continue our playthrough of WWE Smackdown. Here comes the pain. We are now in October, so we're about halfway done actually. Last week, if you didn't know or didn't check it out, which you should if you're watching this video, I'm just letting you know that. But if you haven't checked out last week, I'll update you. So I took out Triple H, the World Heavyweight Champion, in a non-title last man standing, and we've had our matches back and forth. Right now we are tied WWE wise in this game 2-2, so he's got 2 wins, I got 2 wins, so I'm hoping that this month I'm gonna finally get my rematch at the title. I lost my title match at Vengeance a few months ago. I had to make my way back up the card. I took out Triple H, wasn't even on the card for SummerSlam, so hopefully I am now going in the storyline of another shot at the World Heavyweight title. But it looks like I've got a steel cage match this week and a random Raw roulette. Eric Bischoff with his creepy ass smile. Freaky. Eric Bischoff was like the perfect douchebag heel I've ever seen. Oh, Triple H better not lose that title in the World Heavyweight title match to Goldberg. We're facing Devon Dudley. That was just a funny chop. Yeah, I feel like I fought didn't I already face the Dudley boys a few times? I feel like I fought Devon at least twice already, but maybe I'm wrong. Either way, I mean, I wish this was a pin and give up option, because I can't stand the regular cage match in these old Smackdown titles. I think it was 2006 when they finally updated it to where like it was actually a mini game and it was reasonable and it was fun. But I mean, in this game, you're about to see, like, it seems like no matter how hard I mash the buttons, I just can't get out of the cage fast enough, which I can win. It's just gonna depend entirely on how long, you know, this goofball stays down. Who knows, maybe we can get a treaty worked out here. I promise him a shot at the world title if he lets me win this match. I gotta look good. Does anybody remember in the Smackdown 2, the original Hell in a Cell, when it was just a cage match with a roof? That was one of the goofiest things in a wrestling game I've seen. They were actually going to release Jax were going to release a Hell in a Cell toy that was like that. But, I mean, as goofy as that would have been, at least as a toy, it would have been kind of cool, I guess, at the time. But, I think instead of it even shows a picture of it being a Hell in a Cell with a top on the cage. I think it was like the Ring of Poison or something like that. But, when you open the box, there's no top, it's just another regular cage. So it was just a blatant false advertisement, which is, I mean, if you know the history of the Jax action figures, they have a massive history of false advertising. There's a very good video on it. I forget who it is. I think it's like Wrestling Toy Company, maybe. I don't know. If you look up like Jax controversies, you could find like a whole bunch of crazy, weird cases of false advertising by the company Jax. They've actually made a few plug-and-play video games too, if anybody remembers those. But if you're wondering, it's actually JAKKS. Yeah, as you can see, I'm not climbing that cage that fast. I'm mashing every button I can, so I don't know how you're supposed to be able to climb faster. Because you can see the computer does it. I don't know how I am supposed to do it. But there was also a time where they had the Mick Foley barbed wire ring. And in the picture, once again, you can see the ropes are actually barbed wire. Open the box, it's not barbed wire. No matter what I think there's even a sign on the... Not a sign, there's like a text on it that says barbed wire ropes not actually included. You know, that small, tiny writing that they put on there, but I don't care what anybody says. That is blatant false advertisement. And they did a whole bunch of stuff like that back in the day. Still very memorable figures. Damn it. See, like hopefully this choke slam will keep him down long enough. But yeah, the Jax figures, especially the Ruthless Aggression line, and the classic Superstars is everybody's favorite from that line. I mean, I love those figures, and they have, you know, very sentimental memories for me. I had quite a few of them. Even the Titantron Live ones I thought were actually pretty cool. Damn it! I was so damn close. Come on, Earl Hebner, block him. But yeah, unfortunately, as I'm trying to wrap up my point while I'm getting out of the cage here, Jax was a very scummy company with the action figures. Mattel is a way better company. People complain about it, and maybe they're not always the absolute best, but action figure collector fans, you'll actually find out, are kind of some of the most fickle, you know, people you'll ever meet. You know, they'll get pissed off over the most basic of things. And to a degree, I get it. I mean, they cost a lot of money. I mean, unfortunately, the secondhand market is really bad. Scalping is a big issue, like especially those Walmart exclusives. I can't find those things anywhere, and if they're only available at your local Walmart, you know, nobody wants to go and check 5 different Walmarts to see if something's there. But I mean, that's what scalpers will do. It's insane how scummy some people are. But now it's kind of just the people that are the scumbags. Sad Mattel, the actual toy manufacturers. And I don't know, I don't collect too many nowadays. I have a massive action figure collection. I don't have it set up because I'm in between moving right now. But you know, I wouldn't mind showing that off one of these days if people are interested. But you know, I kind of just collect classic figures of new characters that have come out in the Elites. But I used to love the basics, you know, because they remind me of the classic Ruthless Aggression Jax figures. So those are the ones I really like to collect and show off and stuff. And I did a few customs that look like absolute trash, but I made them, so they're kind of, you know, the style of they have memories for me, and I always display them. Now, like I said, I'll probably show them off someday later on down the line. But yeah, unfortunately, they changed the basics. You know, they made them a lot terrible. They made them really like terrible quality a few years back. I think it was like what, 2017 or 2018 when they did it. And you know, I understood it because then they were able to make Elites a lot better, because that's clearly where all the money and the budget went to. They made you know, much lower quality basics due to the Elites, and I'm a basic guy, but you know, I got it. You know, I understood why they did it, and I wasn't too upset. I mean, I was still collecting for a long time after that, but then just recently, like I think a few months ago, is when they had it to where now I don't even understand the logic of it. They just have pretty much, I don't even know if you can really say erased them, but like they don't feel like basic action figures anymore, because and I guess it's a weird reason to complain about it, but now like they have the Elite style legs, so now you can instead of just moving them back and forth, now you can move the legs in a circle pattern, so you can do a proper sweet chin music, you know, do splits with their legs, stuff like that, if that makes sense. I'm trying my best to explain it, and once again, they kind of remind me of those old Ruthless Aggression era figures, and that's why I got basics. So the fact that, you know, now there's not really, other than accessories, and obviously, you know, the quality of the figures once again. You know, they got the weird, really shitty arms. They don't have like the joints in their ankles anymore on basics. So like when Mattel did it, they tried to just focus all the attention on the arms and say, oh no, you know, you can still have the same movement in the arms, we just moved it to where now the movement is now in the elbows instead of the shoulders to make it more realistic and stuff, and it was pretty obvious that that was not what their actual intention was. It was just cover up, and it was just to make the figures cheaper, because overall you could tell they were a lot cheaper made. I've taken a bunch of them apart, for customs, and it was a lot easier, once again, because they didn't use as much glue. The parts that they used, the plastic was a lot cheaper. They took out they never mentioned the fact that they took out the ability to bend the ankles up and down and back and forth and whatnot, but that's something that they also did. The quality of the paint jobs went down drastically in the basics. But I didn't mind making customs for those figures, but now, it's just kind of no point, so I'll just collect an Elite figure if it's someone, like, I wouldn't mind. I like the old lines, like the Attitude Era line that's coming out. The Ruthless Aggression Era line I thought would have been really cool, but it didn't seem like Mattel wanted to do it too much. They had some really good figures, but even when they were showing them off at like the Comic-Cons, they were just kind of like, yeah, I don't know why anybody wanted this. We don't have any people to really do this for. But yeah, I guess we'll just do it for a little while until we have big plans for something else. Like, the guys who made it really were kind of making it seem like, okay, we'll do a few waves of the Ruthless Aggression figures, but we don't really want to do this. We want to do Attitude Era figures, and maybe they didn't think they would sell well. I don't know how well they did sell, but I think I'm gonna knock them out. Which, now I'm thinking about, I kind of want to be, once again, the face Kane, the good guy. But, maybe that wasn't the best idea. I don't know, he probably could have helped me get a shot at the world title. But now I think I'm going to have a feud with Vince McMahon now. Oh, looks like we're going to go on another UK tour. Ooh, Manchester this time. But, yeah, it's just kind of sad how the line has become in the Mattel line now. It's weird. It's kind of cool that it evolved. But, to finish my point on the Walmart thing, yeah, now they have the Attitude Era line. And I don't know, they said, yeah, it's just a bunch of re-releases of the guys in the Ruthless Aggression Era, but now we just have a bunch of re-releases of the guys from the Attitude Era. I think it was literally 2 re-releases of Attitude Era figures from past lines. Like, I think it was an Undertaker and Stone Cold from Defining Moments, which I don't mind re-releases, but don't complain about not having people to do the lines for. If you're just gonna do the same thing with this new line that you're super excited about. It's like the Monday Night Wars, actually, I think it is, because now they have 2 WWE action figures and 2 Elite WCW figures, and then they have Build-A-Figures in there, so they swap between WWE and WCW. So the WCW figures, I think, was debut Scott Hall, which, that is really cool. That's a kind of an iconic attire where he has like the jean jacket. So that was a good one. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to get it, but I can understand why a lot of people would want that. That's a very historical figure. But then you also have like a very, very, very generic looking Hulk Hogan, just in all black. And I don't think it's his Hollywood attire. I could be wrong. I think it might be when he was in he turned evil for like an episode of Nitro. I can't remember how long it lasted, but when he was being tempted to the dark side and the Dungeon of Doom, if anybody remembers that stable. If you're interested, you can just look up Walmart exclusive Monday Night War action figures. And the Build-A-Figure is the time when Lex Luger came back to WCW, and he had like that really goofy looking collared like shirt or something like that. I can't really remember what the shirt would be called. It kind of reminded me of like Gangrel's shirt, but he had like the black pants and the goofy white shirt, and I think it doubles as like, because he had the black pants and the Wolfpack, so you could technically say that it's his Wolfpack attire. But yeah, I don't really care for that one either. But I am interested. They're going to have a referee figure of Teddy Long in the series too. But I can't remember. I don't even remember who else was in Wave 2 of the Monday Night Wars. But if you didn't know, Teddy Long, Theodore Long, the guy who's known for putting, everyone one-on-one or with The Undertaker, or you're going to go in a tag team match with The Undertaker player. Yeah, he actually started out as a referee in the WWE. And so, I mean, him being released as a referee figure, that's pretty cool because you don't get really any referee figures in the WWE action figure lines. Because, obviously Earl Hebner was really the big one. But now it's kind of too late for him, unfortunately. Which, I mean, who knows? Maybe he was just kind of bullcrap shitting when he said he would never come back to WWE. A lot of people kind of tend to lose their pride in certain situations when they're actually faced with the option to come back to a company. And then I think there's also another one. I think his name's like Sean. It's not Sean Cone. No, it's something. John Cone. John Cone's like a big referee in the WWE now. I don't really keep up with the product, but I know he's apparently like his son Nicholas, I think, was the one who teamed up with Braun Strowman at one of those WrestleManias where, it's pretty much a handicap match where Braun Strowman took out Sheamus and Cesaro for the tag titles, and that Nicholas kid was able to, essentially have a WrestleMania moment. People say it's stupid and laugh. I mean, people remember it, so I don't think it was necessarily bad. I mean, it's not like the Nicholas kid actually kicked someone's ass, so it was just kind of like a handicap match with Braun Strowman, so you could kind of believe it, but he has a figure now too, which is crazy, which I don't know. Some people say that the John, the Nicholas's dad dude, was a little too close with Vince and may even know about like the scandal that Vince isn't known for, and that's why his son got to be at WrestleMania and he's getting an action figure and all this other stuff, which I hope is not the case, because that'd be really sad. But so there's quite a bit of excitement in the line. Oh, poor Earl Hebner. I was actually trying to do that, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I mean, action figures have always been a big passion of mine, which I'm sure anybody's listening to this is probably thinking, yeah, well, of course, duh. You play Dragon Ball Z and sound like a geek, and sound like you haven't showered in 3 months. But what the hell? I want to hit D-Von with that chair just to add some variety. I wonder. I feel like I can get away with it. I don't want to get disqualified either. I'm just gonna have to wait for my opportunity. But yeah, I can't really collect them as much as I used to, just because they're so different. Oh, come on, now you're actually avoiding me? That's kind of bull crap. Jesus. God damn it. But, I mean, if you guys, interested in talking about your action figure collection, who your favorite action figures are, really let me know down in the comments, because Jesus Christ, he's still fucking... Yeah, thank you, D-Von. God. Earl Hebner is no goddamn joke in this game. There's actually a glitch where he can win the first blood match. The hell did he just... Why is the chair on top of that thing? On the barricade? But my thoughts are all over the place, guys. I'm sorry in this video, but there's actually a glitch in this game. I'm not gonna showcase it right now because I mean it has to be a first blood match. But if you try and use like a powerbomb finisher on the ref in a first blood match where your head is red, and he'll reverse the finisher automatically, and he'll make you bleed, and Earl Hebner will hold up Earl Hebner's hand at the end of the match, and he'll win. It's just one of the funniest glitches in a WWE game I've ever seen. It's the kind of glitch where it's like, it's not game breaking or anything stupid like that. It's not any of the goof, like the really stupid crap that was just like not programmed correctly and WWE 2K20 or anything like that. It was just like a goofy, like, hey, this is crazy that this can happen. They didn't really think of this option of anybody actually doing this type of glitch in, you know, this game. And I think they patched it literally out of, like, the next release, which I've never tried it in SmackDown vs. Raw, but I would have to assume they caught wind of it. God damn it, they reverse finishers so often in this game. It's crazy. It is easy to reverse finishers in this game. I think easier than any other game, honestly, I've ever played. It's very frustrating at times when you're trying to just, you know, hit somebody with a finisher, end the match or whatever, and they just aren't having it. I kind of wish speaking of action figures, I wish we could have, I think we might have a chance now. We only got like 1 or 2 Dudley Boy action figures released. I think it'd be cool if we got Dudley Boy action figures of, you know, them from this game, or the yellow camo, the classic original blue camo, the tie-dye. I mean, they really dropped the ball. They only had a year, which I think it takes about a year to release action figures, but it's, I really hope so. I think they're back now under a like a Legends deal at the very least. I know they're in the company in some way because they got a re-release of their original action figures in the Elite line. So I hope that they do a lot more of their action figures. Which, you know, if you started in like 2010 and you want some DX Army action figures from back in the day, they are re-releasing them in Ringside Collectibles exclusive. I'm definitely gonna get those. When they were in the DX Army, Shawn Michaels and Triple H from the original Elite line in like 2010. That's pretty awesome. So once again, you know, share down below, you know, some of your favorite action figures from, you know, are you guys a Hasbro kind of guy? Are you Jax specific, Jesus Christ, Jax Pacific kind of guy, or a Mattel person? Even like, you know, Ruthless Aggression era line. I think you were an R3 Tech kind of guy, I think they were called. And then they have, of course, you know, the Titantron Live. That's when I really started to enjoy the action figures. Bendums. I mean, they got a lot of action figure lines. Or if you think I'm just a loser, you know, feel free to comment that down below. Arkansas. Honolulu. This is kind of one of the goofier promos I think I've seen in this game so far. I'm not gonna lie. I get the idea where they're coming from, but I don't know. I think they're all kind of based off of promos from, like, you know, past few years. Kind of like how they brought up, you know, Trish Stratus and the, you know, barking like a dog and stuff like that. It's just, I can't remember. It's been so... I only watched, like, you know, this early Ruthless Aggression era stuff, like, when it came out, so it's been a long, long time since I've seen any of the storylines there. I started watching the Attitude Era over again a while ago, but I kind of stopped at, right after Survivor Series 2000, which, you know, had, Kurt Angle and Undertaker going for the world title, and that's when, Kurt Angle's brother came in at the end, and somehow they switched, you know, the twin magic that the Bella Twins used to do, if you remember that. And Undertaker ended up powerbombing Kurt Angle's brother. I think it's Eric Angle. He was a lot beefier than Kurt at the time, especially. And then Kurt Angle was able to get a surprise victory. That was the event where the Undertaker was known for having that the snake skin pants. They were kind of goofy on him, just because they stood out so much with the black tank top especially. Snakeskin looks pretty good on Brian Fury though, from Tekken. But yeah, sorry if you guys are expectant. Sometimes I'll like comment on the matches and stuff, but I mean, it's kind of like just kind of what I'm thinking at the time that I usually talk about. That's why I talk so much about action figures. And I figure, you know, if it's like wrestlers or something like Test, which, you know, it's a very tragic story what happened with him, but I usually just like to get kind of my thoughts out of what I'm thinking at the time, get, you know, my interest and hobbies out. I know I'm not the most interesting personality, and I do have the tendency of just kind of running myself down all the time, which I'm not trying to get sympathy. I'm not trying to, you know, well, I pretty much just get sympathy and stuff like that, or pity views or anything stupid like that. But I'm just kind of letting you know, like, I'm not trying to essentially prop myself up as like this big entertainment channel. I'm just a guy who plays video games, enjoys it, talks, likes to talk to people in the comments and stuff like that. I should probably start, you know, I was thinking about streaming, because then I could actually talk to people live. But I don't know, I just kind of, like, the whole reason I started playing all these games, a lot of people, they usually just check out my Aki videos, which are Sundays and Saturdays if you're interested in just seeing plain matches, by the way. Shameless plug. But I don't know, I started YouTube because I wanted to do a lot of Let's Plays and just, once again, give my thoughts and opinions on just a variety of different topics. And I figure there's a lot of people that are talking about what's going on screen, or they might say the odd comment here or two, but I figure, you know, if I talk about, you know, things that interest me, or, you know, topics that maybe don't necessarily correlate to the video, but maybe hopefully get people talking or thinking in the comments below. And like I said, I love to debate people, I love to hear what people's opinions are on wrestling media, obviously, and, you know, when I'm playing on other days, you know, Monday is Miscellaneous Monday, which, you know, I play random games. Then Tuesday, of course, is Nintendo Tuesday. I'm in my Paper Mario playthrough right now, but that has no commentary. Then on Wednesdays, obviously, Here Comes the Pain. Thursdays, it's just licensed games, which I loved as a kid. So if you're interested in that, check those out. Because obviously, you know, SpongeBob games, Scooby-Doo, the Nickelodeon games as a whole. Alright, we can make it though. Come on. Come on. Alright. But, you know, licensed games on Thursday, so like the Nickelodeon, the kid properties, all the DreamWorks movies I intend to play. You know, the adult cartoon games. What? What? I get it's supposed to be like an in-game storyline, but what the fuck is this bullshit? I kicked his ass all match. Yeah, okay, pal. What? A rematch? This is gonna be a one-on-one, right? Oh god, what the? I'm sorry. I just don't really. I'm not a big fan of the cage matches in this game, and I already had to do. This is the third cage match this month that I had to deal with, and jeez Louise. Oh well, I'll just have to beat him again, I guess. No big deal. But and to cap it off for the schedule, Fridays are fighting game Fridays. So I mean, you know, Dragon Ball Z, Tekken, Mortal Kombat. You know, I might play some Soul Calibur at some point. So if you guys are interested in any of that, and me talking about my thoughts and opinions on those games, you know, the time period of those games, which are mostly going to be PS2 and PS1 ones, like Tekken 3, 4, 5, Tekken Tag Tournament, Mortal Kombat, Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon, Conquest modes of that. I'll probably do the side modes as well. So, I mean, if you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts and opinions on those, feel free to check out. I obviously also have polls, you know, if you guys are interested. Right now I'm actually playing Dragon Ball Z Budokai, the original one, going through the story. You know, for more rambling, I mean, if you guys want to see that kind of stuff, and, you know, once again, engage me in the comments. You know, I love to talk about those old school, you know, classic things, especially around the PS2 era, GameCube era stuff, you know, things from my childhood. You know, I love to talk about people, you know, hear about people, you know, thought about the stuff when they were kids, if it still holds up, you know, anything related to like Mortal Kombat or Tekken, you know, toys, movies, modern stuff too, I'll even talk to you guys about. So, you know, just feel free to, you know, check out those other playthroughs, and once again, you're interested in the Aki, WF No Mercy, WCW NWO Revenge, Virtual Pro Wrestling Series, stuff like that. I do I play through those games. I do reviews. Gonna start doing some comparisons between games, which at some point I am gonna do a comparison between No Mercy and Here Comes the Pain, because those are the two greatest games of all time. So stay tuned for a lot of content, daily content on the channel. But I think I got him this time. Come on. Alright, he's walking. He's an idiot. He's stupid. Alright though, folks, that's all for this week. Remember, new wrestling game playthroughs every single Wednesday, so stay tuned for next week's episode of Wrestling Wednesday. Like and subscribe and ring the bell for daily notifications on videos and posts. Hockey N64 playthroughs and shenanigans every Sunday as well, so check that out if you're interested. Above all else though, please remember to have a nice day.